Okay, Sue, so high speed here. That other document video didn't load. So here we go. We're going to go into your Sue construction account. Now your Davis drawings and designs. You have there's been two sets of plans. We're finishing up our third set and our final red lines. But here's those sets of plans. You can click on those and they pop right up. Okay, they're not totally accurate yet, but these are the old ones. So I've redlined all these. You have all your pictures in here, so you can peruse through these and see how there's your beautiful self. So you can peruse through the pictures if you forgot, what different sides look like, bedrooms, bathrooms, you name it. Okay, what the roof looks like, as far as the lid, accidents look like, master. So you can peruse through those, and then what you want to do. I sent you the luxury real estate training procedures. So your homework is to do your scope of work, right, for each room and the exterior. So I do a north, south, east, west. And then I did a carport, the work shed, and then the garage, and then went into the theater room, and so on and so forth. And then, of course, so do your LIB. So scope of work, what you would like to do for each room, okay, as of, currently. And then an LIB, line item budget. They're about, this one's about 22 or 24 pages, I believe. So do your LIB, and then pick your finishes, okay? Your cabinets, get an idea of what cabinets you want. You can go to IKEA. They have a really good cabinet layout program. But any cabinet site, I check out at least 3 of them. The layout with, your cabinets, your tile, how you're laying out your carpet, okay? That tub we were talking about for the master, maybe a standalone. That's not built in. Tile, different kinds of tile that you might use. That metallic ceramic, really cool, very popular. I like using a lot of glass, as you know. Then, of course, appliances at Appliance Factory Outlet. Your carpet, I'm recommending cut loop carpet. Patio, off the back where we're putting the hot tub, we'll do, I was proposing that we do either buffalo sandstone or red stone. The glass for not only the replacement glass for the windows and doors. Those guys broke 2 doors. But also for your glass surround on your showers. Okay, stain, the different colors of stain. We have the mahogany. We have the Western Natural. It's so on, etc. Then in the great room, your ideas for the great room. Okay, the rock for the chimney. I prefer what's called a dry stack. Doesn't show the grout layer or the cement. And then finish for roof. What color do you want the roof to be? Because we're going to seal and color and seal the roof, existing metal roof, okay, to save money. And then, of course, your granite countertops and vanities for the wet bar and the kitchen, as well as the vanities, okay? So, and then I'll review with you on Monday, okay? Also, make sure and put in there your, so I have this. Let's just review it real quick. You're through all this. You're through this. Now you need to start here, preparation for renovation. So we need our scope of work, room to room, right? Your dream budget. And then the line item budget, start hammering it down. Excel budget, you can transfer numbers there and balance it out. And then, of course, come up with a minor materials list. Do the best you can. We'll see where you're at. Obviously, I do all this as your general contractor, but I want you to have a working knowledge, okay? Because you're going to be going into your next deals, big deals, and I want you to be solid. Not that I'm not there for you, but you know what I'm saying. So practice makes perfect. Okay, let's go into here. So here's the 6.6 Davis. I had a revised second draft. I was going to share it with you, but I decided that I'm going to keep it off until Monday. I'll go through it with you and see how your numbers lined up with mine. Now remember, the standard LIB budget in Denver, it's 50% to 100% more in the mountains. So we go by 50%. So if it was 100,000 in Denver, it's 150,000 in the mountains. Labor is just more expensive. Cost of living is more expensive. Okay. Here's your scope of work. Okay. This is the one provided by Ted, I believe, or no, Justin. This was from Coop. So all he does is he just has the bedroom, the room, living room, dining, kitchen, bedroom 1, bedroom 2, and then what you're doing in here. So you just put in here, you know, first thing. So bedroom 1, I would name it something specific like lower west bedroom, okay? And then you have your scope of work. And this one needs to have replace one window. It's a 4-foot by 5-foot window. Slider, one slider broken, okay? And then so on and so forth. You know, need to fix sheetrock, and then we need to paint doors for closet and entry. Okay, I don't include the door to the bathroom because that's it has its own bathroom, but that's separate. Okay, so paint, closet. This one actually I have you know, carpet, and then whatever electrical's going in there. You know, 2 flush mount lights, or in this case it was 2 sconces that go in this room. And then you don't put any numbers in over here, okay? Then you go from here, your scope of work, then you go over to your line item budget that has all your cheat numbers on it, and then you try to estimate your budgets. So I hope it's been informative. Again, start off with your scope of work right here, Sue. Scope of work, room to room and the exterior, you know, each side. And then you do your line item budget for pricing and just do a quick rough budget. And then put all that into the Excel budget to figure out where you're at. And then juggle it around, see where you have to trim the budget to make it work. And then what we'll work on Monday, you and I together, the materials list for our finishes. Okay? So I hope you have a great Saturday. And we'll talk to you soon. If you need me, give me a call.